I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Got the first card out already, so I thought I'd better come on live. A couple of minutes early. Not too early. Hey Tanya, how are you? Let's wait for some people to get on before I reveal. Hey Timothy. Oh Timothy, I read your email. I just didn't have time to respond because it's been night time. And night time is the right time to sleep. Interesting story though. Wow. So, the energy update for today, Tuesday the 27th of October. It was... can't remember. Oh, there was something about psychic development in that. Oh, psychic connection with a partner. You know, when you can finish each other's sentences, when you don't, you can tell what the other person's thinking, where you can just look at each other and know. There's that communication that goes on, that psychic communication between people that are connected, between people that are in alignment, and or between people that have just spent a lot of time together, which means that they're in alignment because we get on the same vibe as everyone else, you know, that we hang out with. You got to be careful about that. You got to be careful with who you hang out with because of that, because we're vibrational beings on every level, and so the people we hang out with, our heartbeats get in the same rhythm, our periods align with them as well, our brain waves get on the same wavelength. I've seen that with my neurotherapy practice that I had many years ago. And so we get in alignment with people we hang out with, so you can get that psychic connection with people just because you're around them a lot, not because there's a special connection. Hey Trisha, hey Andrea, hey Melissa. Yeah, so psychic connections aren't always useful. If you think about like empathic connections, if you're soaking up people's bad emotions or negative emotions, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing for you. It's not even a good thing for them either, because it disempowers people, you know. It's like reinforcing. It's like if you've got something bad going on and then you tell 5 people and they're all agreeing with you. It augments the energy. It makes it even harder to get out of it. Hi, Chris. So what is positive psychic connection? It's when you're in alignment with yourself. That's why self-love always comes first, right? And so if you're in alignment with the universe, you see the universe, it kind of never lies, does it? Well, it does. It does in readings. We've seen that. But the more in alignment you get with yourself and with the universe, the more information that you get, the more signs and synchronicities that you get that confirmation that you're in alignment. And what I mean by the universe never lies is that when you are in, the more you're in alignment, the better things happen for you, the more lucky you seem to be. So that's the psychic development too. That's the psychic development too. It's the one to develop. The psychic connection to develop is the one with the universe, or the one with yourself, really. Maria, you got the deep dive. You're welcome. I'm going to be recording another one today. Any ideas what you'd like for a pick a card read? Hey Deb. Yeah, if you've got any ideas, anybody, then just let me know what you'd like. Hey Donna. Right, so I've got the first card out already. Let's see what it is. It's the gift of connection. How about that? Oh. The video's behind. Morning, Tracy. The gift of connection. Okay, I need to start the camera again because I can't. I'm looking at myself like a few minutes ago. I want to see the card when I'm holding it up. can see what's going on. Here we go. So we've got the gift of connection. Connections aren't always a gift. That's what I'm hearing today. Yeah, it's totally lagging. Hopefully not anymore. Okay, gift of connection. When we gather together, our vulnerabilities can be raw and feel exposed. Our vulnerabilities can be raw and feel exposed. Yet when we gather under the influence of this card, we know we are safe and something beautiful will come from our soul's connections. When this card comes to you, Seeker, you know the Kitsune have blessed you with the ability to create harmony and connections between those who seem too different, too diverse to truly know each other. Interesting. This card shows you the way to create a connection, to bring about harmony in a situation where several people who seem to be unable to get along are thrust together by fate and destiny. This seems like we're being put in disruptive situations to find that connection. How weird. Through the wisdom and kindness that resides within you and the fearless way in which you are truthful, you're able to weave people into groups that have a higher purpose and can together create something greater than they would have achieved as individuals. Yeah, I'm not really getting that this is like dodgy connections, because I wouldn't suggest that at all. It's like when you see red flags, don't try and get in connection with them. But I think this is just talking about differences, the little differences, because we're all different, aren't we? There's challenges in the most aligned of people, do you know what I mean? Because we all are so different. When this card comes, the most powerful quality that you possess at this time is that of universality. Universality, I think it is, of being able to see through what we seem to be and understand who we are on a soul level. This brings about a sense of safety, respect and affection between people, and in time this will grow and blossom. This is a time of peacefulness, growth, affection and harmonious relationships, ones that are truthfully so. These are not forced, nor are emotions or reactions suppressed or denied. These are genuinely affectionate bonds. The group energy created means each person can explore who they are without fear of condemnation or misunderstanding. This is often the card that appears with counsellors, therapists, truly gifted teachers, and those who bring people into circle with each other. It's like the connector archetype, you know, people that brings people together. It's interesting. So in any kind of connection, we're going to feel vulnerable, or we could feel vulnerable. You just got to pick and choose. That's what I'm hearing. Who you have that psychic connection, who you choose to have that psychic connection with. And you are going to have that psychic connection with those that you align with. So those that you're hanging around, you're going to align with them, whether you want to or not, just because you're hanging around with them. Timothy, thank you for the deeper dive read. You haven't read it yet. Yeah, I didn't send it long ago. Hey Eva, hey Belinda. So let's swap one of these. Let's get one of these out. Also from that explanation of the card, I'm getting that sometimes we can think that we know what someone else is thinking, but really we're picking up on the energies and then translating it in what we would think in that situation, which isn't necessarily the same thing. So it's like we project ourselves onto the energy that we pick up from them. Or we think they'd be feeling what we would be feeling in that circumstance, you know, or with that energy, which isn't necessarily the truth. So for example, when you're going through something, someone can say a friend could say to you, so say you're going through kind of a tricky situation or a breakup or something like that. For example, my breakup, it was a month ago now. And friends could say to me, oh, you must be really sad. And I'd say, no, I'm not really sad. It's not sadness that I'm feeling. But in that situation, they would feel sad. You know what I mean? And so that kind of thing could happen. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had that when you're talking with a friend and they're trying to tell you that you feel a certain way, or that you should feel a certain way, and it's not the way that you feel? It's a strange one. But it's that. We've got to be careful of not projecting ourselves, because that's not that psychic connection. And I think there's an element of that, in readings. There is. Of course, there's going to be a part of me in it. That's what I do, is I feel the energy. I feel and sometimes hear it. But I've got to translate it through myself, through my experiences of that energy, So. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Trisha. So yeah, we've just got to be careful of that. But as I said, it's the psychic connection with our higher selves which is the most important, right? And hopefully that's what my readings do, is it helps you get that connection with your higher self yourself, so that you can translate it. Because you're the only one really that can translate your own guidance. I can get close to it, but samadhi, perfect acceptance. The girl of samadhi is not distracted by the sharp thorns, nor the beauty of the flowers and pearls of life as they cluster around her. She is tranquil and deeply merged with the essence of oneness and acceptance. Samadhi teaches that when you give up being a perfectionist, life is suddenly perfect. Consider that your life in this moment is purely a reflection of your consciousness. Can't remember what I was saying. Everything is exactly the same as it was yesterday. It's your attitude that has shifted. And this is for better or for worse. What you resist tends to persist. However, with samadhi, there's no better and no worse. Everything just is. It's a beautiful place to be. Allow yourself this kindness in this moment and embrace samadhi. Everything will find its place around you in the inevitable present moment. Accept everyone and everything and every situation as being exactly as it's meant to be now. Interesting. Samadhi. The windows behind are going to be brighter now because they chopped some trees. They chopped a load of limbs off the tree that was shielding the balcony, so there's a lot more light coming through. Nice. Interesting. So again, I'm feeling like this is telling us to be careful who we align with, be careful who we have around us. Because it's good to be in acceptance, isn't it? But say if you were hanging out with an abusive person, that's not a good time to try and be in alignment with someone. It's not a good time to try and accept what is. It's a good time to empower yourself and make a new decision. And so, I guess what I'm saying is we need to get ourselves to a certain level of self-love before we open up to this psychic connection. Hey, Rhea. Rhea, my readings you've done for me. You said, I think I know what other people are thinking instead of asking them what they're feeling or thinking. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. What goddess have we got today? Especially women do that, I think. Or the feminine in us does that. The intuitive one. Got to do it with kids, right? Once they get to a certain age and they don't communicate so well. guess what's going on with them, to take care of them. Well, you got to do it with people that aren't very good at expressing themselves as well. To take care of them. But say if we are in a work situation or in a, say, romantic relationship, it's not the time to do it. We need to have that real communication. Freya. A heap of cards came out there. I'll wait for one to come out by itself. Any suggestions for the pick a card read that I'm doing today? What would you like it to be on? What do you most want to know at the moment? It can be on anything. It doesn't have to be the loved ones. The loved ones are very popular. But it can be on anything. I'm on my 4th coffee today. Up early this morning. There we go. Oh, nice. We haven't had this one before. Work. You want it on work. On your job. Your next job. Arakura. Blooming. I like this. Arakura. Blooming, she's Germanic. It's your time to shine, and you're coming into your own with the assistance of the goddess of the underworld and prosperity, Arakura. You're being recognized for the beautiful soul you are. Get ready to blossom. Nice energy. It's your time to shine. So we are being developed at the moment, aren't we? So that we have more clarity on ourselves, and so that we're more empowered, and so that so we can bloom. That's awesome, isn't it? Yeah, it's got really good energy, this card. I do love the colour grey as well. It's one of my favourites. I've got a grey top on right now. But I have a lot of grey clothes. I like grey. Let's get some tarot cards out. How this relationship will play out. See, that's what I usually put in the extended for the readings. What's coming up in the relationship, maybe? What's coming next? That would be a good one. So just on who's coming in, but what's coming next? Fight. A fight. Oh, that's a good one. What's your calling? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, well, I'm trying to do 2 now, Eva. So maybe 1 love, 1 and 1. 2 each week, I mean. 1 love, 1 and 1 other. That's a good one. What's your calling? Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you. 5 of Wands. It's a fight. It's like egos are out, wanting to battle, wanting to win, that kind of thing. Rather than being on the same page as each other or trying to get along. Don't know what this has got to do with psychic development. Let's see. No one's looking at each other in this card. They're just waving their wands around. Looking in various directions, but they're not looking at each other. So that suggests to me the fight is within themselves, not with the other people. Fighting with themselves in their heads and waving their wands around, thinking they're fighting with the other people. So we're in some kind of a battle with ourselves at the moment. Let's get another one out. That one wanted to come out too. Again, it's like the goddess card blooming, because we've got, if we can get over this battle that we've got with ourselves, we've got this fast forward. She's off. She knows what she's got some clarity, and she's off. She's got a direction and a purpose. And out with this has come the Star card. So fast forward being the Star here. Let's put the other ones there. So direction, definite purpose. And this is the blooming card all over again. So there's some really good stuff coming. Wishes fulfilled, all of that. But it's requiring more of us. It's requiring us to be more of ourselves, to be more masterful of ourselves. That's what I'm getting. And it's got something to do with this, the psychic development. Well, of course it does, because we've got to be aligned with our higher selves, right, to get our guidance through. And we've also got to be smart, not getting ourselves into battle, getting that balance right of the empowerment and the openness to really shine. So I do feel like we're being prepared at the moment to shine. Whatever battles you've got going on within yourself are showing up at the moment to be sorted out so that you're ready to shine. Gorgeous card, this. Okay, let's get some more cards out. This one. So what's your calling? Sacred space. I'm feeling that this is us, keeping ourselves sacred. I'm getting this image of knowing when to open up and when not to open up. It's almost like the psychic protection or not psychic protection, knowing when to keep your vibration open to others and when to shut it down, being kind of choosy in that. Holding yourself sacred, honouring your energy, holding yourself sacred, and then choosing who you open up to, who you make that psychic connection with, who you let in your energy, who you let connect to you. And you'll mastered that, being able to shut your energy down. You know? It's like, if you imagine like going to a party. What's that? Going to a party and, so you walk in the room, there might be good vibes, and you feel that expansiveness and your energy is open and you're open to being, sharing your energy with them. But imagine going to a party where the vibe isn't good. Feel like something's about to kick off like it's about to be violent or something. And you're not going to be putting your energy out there when you get into that room. Quite the opposite. Your energy is going to be closed down. And so we do know how to do that. We know how to open our energy or close it. Now, when I was going through my spiritual awakening years ago, I would override that. I would try and be open in every situation, even though my intuition would be screaming at me, this is dangerous, or no, don't be open. I thought it was my purpose to be open to anything. Let anyone in, let anything in. Just be open, as if I was God, really, and I could just, transmute anything with my energy. I mean, we can do that, but we can only do it with the vibrations that are in proximity to us, not ones that are way, way out. So with that sacred space, what I'm getting is that we are learning some kind of an empowerment so that we can open up psychically, because we're shutting down to extremes that aren't in our proximity, that are going to take us out of our own alignment. So if you think of it like that bandwidth of vibrations, and you're somewhere around here, you don't want to be connecting with people that are down there. That's that. And it's so tempting for loving and giving people to do that, to reach down to those that are on the floor, those that are going through crisis, to try and lift them up. But it's no good for us, and it's no good for them either. The people to help them are those ones around them. We've got to know our place. Keep ourselves sacred. We've got a new day here, so things are changing. The lighting is weird now. Maybe if I hold it down there, it's more visible. Yes, it is. A new day, so things are changing. The energies are changing. It's almost like we can have completely different circumstances when we get this, when we learn this lesson. Because otherwise we're battling with our own energy. So that's what I'm getting from this now. This Five of Wands. So you can see they're not battling with each other there. It looks like they are from the surface, but they're not really. They're battling with themselves. Look at where their eyes are. They're looking all over the place, looking upwards, and not looking at each other at all. And so I think we've been making life difficult for ourselves by not keeping ourselves sacred and our energy sacred, trying to open up, trying to have this psychic connection with people that are just not in our range, and that causes a fight within ourselves, because then our guidance system is going to be fighting with us then, for sure, trying to get us out of that energy. It's like you're in the wrong room. That's what it's saying. You're in the wrong room. Like that party analogy. You're in the wrong room. This isn't your vibration. Interesting. Coffee 4. Let's get another card out. I always look at the time when it's about half past. Observer. It's like sit back and watch. Get to know yourself. Oh, that was in the energy update today. Know thyself. Watch yourself. Be more of an observer of yourself and how things affect you. Notice what's going on around you as well. Because as I said, we will be getting feedback from all of it. It's interesting because I was talking about my breakup before. It was about a month ago. And I didn't feel sad. I was a bit angry. But I didn't get that sadness. I didn't go through that. It's like the majority of me was still in alignment through that, for the most part. And other things in my life didn't fall apart, you know. I kept on, you know, the magic was happening in every other part of my life. And it was a bit of a mystery to me that it's like, well, how come? Like, how come this isn't affecting me more? But I see, it's not the circumstances that you're going through, it's how you're reacting to it, yeah? And I was staying true to myself and my actual feelings, what the guidance was, my emotional guidance system. I was being true to that, not trying to fight it, not trying to be to something else. So something about that, they being the observer and noticing that what you're actually going through. Loving and not judging without getting involved. Yeah. It's a fine balance, isn't it? However we do it, it's a fine balance. Let's get some animals out. We've got number 1. The ant spirit, time to collaborate. It's who to get involved with, who not to get involved with. I guess the more in alignment that we get, the narrower our bandwidth is. I don't know, I'm going to have to think about that. But yeah, what I'm getting from this ant spirit is that it's who to get involved with. Okay, we're lagging too much again. I need to start the camera. Again. And catch up. Okay. Not judging is very tough. Yeah, judgment, discernment. Discernment's good, judgment, no. But do you know, judgment is, it's extreme, isn't it? It's like racism or something. That's judgment. Discernment isn't. You've got to be discerning. If you're not discerning, that's not a good thing. Making good choices. Ant spirit, time to collaborate, but choose wisely and observe yourself as you're choosing. Wombat spirit, be at home. Oh, this is like that sacred space again, yourself. Being at home in yourself. I'm going to close the curtains because I don't like the lighting. Yeah, being at home in yourself, being good with your energy. Taking care of yourself. That's better. And getting back to ourselves before we extend out to others. That's like the hermit, isn't it? Of course it is. Be at home. It's like the hermit. Ooh. Interesting. Got taking a leap of faith here. The fair flew out as well, so I need to get some clarity on this because these energies doesn't feel like it's time to take a leap of faith to me at all. But we do have Swan Spirit out with it as well, taking a deeper dive, getting deeper into relationships. Why the grasshopper spirit that's taking a leap of faith? Oh, yeah, okay. It's about moving away. It's about really observing yourself and how you're feeling, and then taking the leap of faith to move away from situations and people that you were in before, collaborating with before, that just aren't right, that aren't taking you forward, that aren't making you feel good, when you realise that someone is out of your bandwidth, your vibrational bandwidth. So, moving away from those things, really feeling those connections that aren't on your wavelength. I feel like we can only go deeper when we get this right. So it might be that you've been trying to have deeper relationships with people that aren't on your frequency, and wondering why that is, wondering what's going on. And it's just you're choosing maybe what you're used to choosing. You're choosing old patterns or old energies, perhaps where you were before. 4 days away from the full moon, the Taurus full moon, which is all about relationships, but about solid foundations in relationships. And my full moon readings are half price already, so if you want to get prepared for that, you can get one of those. They're on behealing.com. The cave, again, it's like the hermit. Hiding away, keeping to ourselves, getting back to ourselves. So we might all be in different... No, I'm feeling this is the right energy. It's the hermit energy. A new approach to old relationships. Yeah, could be that. There's fresh starts coming up, but we've really got to know ourselves before we get back into it. It could be repeating patterns. It could be that you suddenly wake up, you spend some time alone, and then someone could come back into your life to... And it's a shock. It's like, wow, the old me chose that kind of thing. What are you saying me please for? Didn't ask. It's okay, don't worry. It's going to happen soon. The pilgrim. Right. So we've got the cave, so we're retreating back to ourselves, and then the pilgrim is the one that goes on this spiritual mission. It's like our higher selves are saying, just stop. Stop in your tracks. Stop trying to push yourself forward towards something. Stop thinking you know where you're going. Just retreat back to yourself and observe, and then let me lead the way. Let your higher self lead the way on this spiritual journey to where you're going next. That's why we've got this. I wish these cards wouldn't stick to each other like this. They're so sticky. That's why we've got this. What was I saying? The pilgrim. Yeah, because these are our egos. Like I said when I first got this out, this is like our egos. We're fighting with ourselves. It's like, I want my way, I want my way. The higher self is just saying, like, stop it. Stop fighting with yourself. Get back to yourself. Retreat. Because your higher self wants to lead the way to what is really next. Not what your ego is trying to get to happen, because you don't want to be wrong, or you want to let go of something, or you don't want to have chosen wrong in the past, so you want it to happen, and you want to prove it, and you want to prove that you weren't wrong, and all that kind of stuff. That's the battle that's going on within ourselves. But the higher self wants to lead you on a spiritual quest to what is really next, what's really right for you next. You've got to let go, let God, that kind of thing. Give up. The picture went out and you started seeing people. Post me, please. Weird. Weird. Let's get one more out. Or maybe the pilgrim is it. The unseen. Yeah, you can't see what's coming. There's an amazing path opening up to all of us. But this message is saying, but we've been fighting with ourselves and we're on our ego trip and we don't even realise. And we've been trying to direct it and we've been trying to see it. We've been thinking that we can see it and pushing ourselves in a certain direction. It's like, no, stop it. Stop it. There is a new path opening up. That's why we've got this one and a deeper dive. But first of all, you've got to take the leap of faith to let. It's not just letting people go, moving away from that. It's like letting our thoughts go. The ego's thoughts go, that we know what's happening and we know where we're headed and we know what it is that we want and we've got to go for it and this is right. And it's unseen. The path ahead is unseen. So the relationship you're going to get in, you haven't met them yet. The job that you're going to get, you haven't applied for it yet, you haven't even seen it yet. The path that you think is ahead, where you think you're headed, you haven't even seen it yet. You're headed to this. Higher self is trying to take over, to lead you to this, to shining like the star. That's why we got this one too, blooming. But we've got to let go to get there. Because it's not on the path that you think you've been on. That you think you're on. It's not. It's unseen. We've really got to let go. Stop trying to push forward on the trajectory. Stop the thinking that you know where you're headed. We've got to stop doing that. So let's do readings for you guys. The date is the 27th, and that's card 27. Oh, so it is. The unseen. So we don't know where we're headed. We've got to be open. We've got to let go and trust. Yeah, Trisha, trust. Right, let's do some readings. I think Belinda was first, yes. I'm first. What's mine? Face the situation, soften and open. Do have to open up some more and just be willing for a new path, I think. Belinda, what's you? You've got the is this thought useful and go within. So this is the is this thought useful? Where you think you're headed, what you think is going to happen. You're trying to push toward that. It's like wrong way, go back. Don't know if you've ever been to Australia or if you are in Australia, Belinda. Those wrong way, go back signs. Wrong way, go back. Let it go. Let those thoughts go. It's the unseen. Maria. Maria, prepare for initiation. It's like launch sequence. This is what I'm getting from this. Prepare for the launch sequence. Something new is about to start for you. Prepare for that launch sequence. You don't know what's going to happen, but you need to be ready for anything. It's like the space shuttle kind of thing. Lock yourself in. Prepare for the launch sequence. Something new is about to happen. Donna, it's exciting. Donna, relax the communication. Stop it. Trying to push. Relax the communication. Yeah, we've all got something new coming and it's unseen. And so this is saying don't talk about it so much. Don't get so involved with the communication about it all. So you're keeping yourself locked in this, in what you thought was going to happen because of your communication. So be more open, let go, let God, that kind of thing. It's lagging badly, isn't it? What Wi-Fi am I on? Hang on, I'm just going to change the Wi-Fi, see if I can speed myself up. And while the Wi-Fi is changing, I'll switch camera. Okay, that might be better. Trisha. Trisha, you've got somebody to talk to here, an intimate conversation to have. This could be about letting go, is what I'm feeling. Something that needs to be talked about so that you can let go and so that you can move forward. I have to go fast because I'm going training. Oh, what's happened? Oh, jumps. Eva. Eva. Okay. You're trying to lock yourself into, you know how I was talking about the bandwidth of different vibrations? You're trying to persist because you don't feel good enough. You're reaching lower than you actually are. You're reaching to people that are outside of your bandwidth because you're not feeling good enough, so you're not believing the vibration that you're at. You're reaching low and it's making you feel worse about yourself because when you reach low, when you reach to people outside of your bandwidth, they're not going to align with you, they're not going to make you feel good. And then, so you think, oh, I should reach even lower. No, that's overwhelming. So you've got to feel good enough to be where you're at. Own your vibration, Eva. Been reaching down and they make you feel worse, as if you've reached too high, and it's the opposite. You didn't reach high enough. Chris, you're limitless. Follow your intuition. So you more than anybody, not more than anyone, we've all got to do it, but this applies to you, this situation. Stop trying to push forward on the path that you think you're going to take and just be open to your higher self leading the way. So it's take the blinkers off. You're limitless, but you've got blinkers on. You think it's got to be like this, but it's got to be like this, or this is what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for that kind of thing, instead of realizing that you're limitless, and then your higher self can come in with what is actually there for you. Kelly Bear. Head towards what's brilliant for you, Kelly. Brilliant for you. Not for other people, but for you. Something that you'd love to do. What would be brilliant for you? That's all I'm getting from that, Kelly. Melissa. Melissa, believe in yourself. You can be of service in a really big way. But you've got to believe in yourself first. This is about your work. And yeah. It feels like your higher self is trying to lead you in a new direction in your work. But you need to believe in yourself first, and that you can be of great service to people, to the world. Tanya. Tanya. What you resist persists. Brilliant. Oh, you're resisting the brilliant. You resist, so this is definitely that bandwidth again, that reaching too low. Reach much higher. Don't resist that. You're resisting the brilliant. You're resisting what would be brilliant for you. Timothy. Timothy, you know how I said let go and let God because it's unseen what's coming? You've got the same thing here. Go within, be still, keep quiet. So this is that letting go process when we're just tuning into our higher selves and saying, okay, lead me then. I let it all go. I surrender to you. I surrender to the path now. You show me. And then we just sit and wait. This is saying get really connected. You thought you'd all miss me, ask? Did you, Donna, already? Tracy. Tracy. Oh, follow your intuition, stay safe, protect yourself. You can feel when something is dodgy. You don't need to say yes to it. So it's like you're totally open to any kind of vibration. And then, so I'm really getting strongly, an example of this would be, say, your doctor wanting to give you a vaccination for COVID, while people are dropping dead whenever they're vaccinated with this thing. And you just being open to it instead of not feeling what you feel and keeping yourself safe and saying no, following your intuition on that, just going along with it. This could be in other situations too, like some, like I said with that party, it's like going into that room that feels like it's about to kick off, it's about to be really violent, but you still go in there anyway, even though your intuition is saying this isn't safe, you're going in there anyway. Don't do it. Tracy, don't do it. Trisha. Did I do you already, Trisha? Have you all asked twice? Yeah. Why have you all asked twice? Andrea Watson. Andrea Watson, you've got growth and I am love. Oh, you're going to let love in a way that you haven't before. That's where your higher self is leading you. That's your growth path now. So again, let go. Let your higher self lead you. You're welcome, Belinda and Donna and Eva and Trisha. Your ex called twice when you were reading mine. Oh, wow. You're welcome, Maria and Chris and Melissa and Kelly and Tanya and Timothy and Roya. One for you, Roya. The last one. No, out of here. Physical action and refocus. Roya, what you've been doing, patterns and stuff, habits that you've got, you need to detach from those. A new lifestyle, new habits, new patterns, that kind of thing, what you've actually physically been doing. So what you do when you get up in the morning, what you eat, what you just all those different patterns. There needs to be a change there. That can often come up. I mean, with my old patterns, there's no way I could have had this business success that I've got now. I needed to be in my new lifestyle patterns for that. And you see it, like if you follow any kind of entrepreneur online, you'll see the same as well. They start working out, they start really taking care of themselves, they start getting in really good patterns, then they get their success. So you've got to detach from some habits you've had, create new patterns, and then things will change. So refocus yourself there. There you go, everybody. Thanks for coming along. I hope that gave you some kind of guidance on the psychic connection thing. Certainly gave me clarity, for sure. Don't forget, we're blooming. We've got the star card out as well. I'll be here tomorrow, no doubt. And what else? Yeah, my full moon readings are half price. So if you want to get prepared for that, you can get one of those. They're on behealing.com. And I'm off training now. So have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. And I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry, Sherry, too late. I'm out of here.